Big news dropped just a few hours ago. Actor Hugh Grant has settled his claim against the Sun publisher out of court. Sun is owned by NGN, which is News Group Newspapers. Yes, that's Murdoch. Hugh Grant is one of the board members of Hacked Off, which is a campaign for a free and accountable press, which was started in 2012. The actor took to Twitter to explain his decision to settle. Rules around civil litigation mean that if I proceed to trial and the court awards me damages that are even a penny less than the settlement offer, I would have to pay the legal costs of both sides. That's right, you can win, but also lose. According to Grant, his lawyers felt that this was likely the outcome, and given how expensive Murdoch's lawyers are, he most likely would be liable for somewhere around £10 million. The actor has already said that he will be donating the funds received to the aforementioned Hacked Off. This all has to do with Part 36 of the CPR, which is basically like, what if we didn't go to court? Depending on the type of offer, it can or cannot be used in trial proceedings. Let's say Hugh Grant rejected the offer from NGN. The case went to trial. He won. The judge can take that offer into consideration when they are deciding on what, if any, damages NGN owes Hugh Grant. General rule is that the loser pays the winner's costs. Quote, the judge has a wide discretion to depart from this rule, end quote. They can decide that the unsuccessful party only has to pay a portion, or that both parties have to pay their own legal fees. Make cost, resource, time standpoint, I understand the desire to have civil claims settled out of court. The side with deeper pockets can use litigation tactics to run up disproportionate costs for the opponent. According to this briefing note, settlement can preempt this type of conduct. Sure. In the case of Hugh Grant, what it allows NGN to do is, number one, avoid having any of this information become public knowledge. Two, allows them to settle without any admission of guilt. NGN was quick to say that this was agreeable in the financial interests of both parties involved. NGN seems to have benefited way more. A trial like this would have been public and it would have had a lot of press, which would have been a risk to the Sun's reputation. I know, LOL, but Rupert Murdoch had to close News of the World. He already had to close one tabloid because of hacking allegations and illegal practices. He's not looking to do that with another one. Interesting quote from Pratik Sweka, who is a partner at a law firm, says that Hugh Grant might have settled his case because of the extreme effects of the court's cost liability rules, rather than because of the merits of his claim. Plainly, obtaining proper access to justice and redress in a timely and cost-effective manner remains a live issue for claimants in libel litigation, and not just for defendant publishers, contrary to what some may portray in the current climate. Even plainer, there is a cost barrier even for rich and famous actors when it comes to getting justice in civil suits. As for Prince Harry, his case, and roughly 40 others, is still heading to court. The trial is expected to begin January 2025. First thought was, wow, losing Hugh Grant is a huge blow. Then I thought about it a bit. Even through settling, Hugh Grant has been able to expose the way in which this all works. Understanding the ways in which publishers strong-arm claimants, preventing cases from going to court, is valuable to know when you are advocating for a free and fair press. Brings us back to Hacked Off. Hugh Grant is donating his settlement to the group. Could funds be put forward to help cover legal costs of someone else who is going forward in their claim against the Sun? It's been pretty clear over the past couple of years that Prince Harry is not doing this for money. Take, for example, the Mirror Group phone hacking case that Prince Harry won just a couple of months ago, in which tellingly the Duke said, "We call again for the authorities to uphold the rule of law and to prove that no one is above it." Criminal proceedings. Fight for a free and accountable press. As of right now, it appears that Prince Harry will take this to trial. NGN knows that, and so they're trying to pick off people one by one. Successfully getting an A-list actor to settle certainly could help with some of the optics around the case. So in the long-term goal of a free and accountable British media, I don't know if Hugh Grant settling is really a loss. Having someone like Prince Harry move forward and take this to trial, which is going to garner a ton of publicity and get all of this information, these allegations, all out in the public, potentially leading to NGN being found liable, which could then drum up momentum for criminal investigations. That's kind of a win if your goal is regulation and reform of the larger press. Anyway, that's just some of my research, some of my thoughts. Make sure you're following and let me know in the comments what you think.